There is ploughing in Ndacheni, and indeed on all the farms around it. But the ploughing goes slowly, because the young demonstrator tells the men they must no longer go up and down. They must throw up walls of earth and plough round the hills, so that the fields look no longer as they used to look in the old days of ploughing. There has been much silence and much discontent. No one was more dissatisfied than those who had to give up their fields. But there is something new in this valley, some spirit and some life, and much to talk about in the huts. Although nothing has come yet, something is here already. "You can be proud," said Khumalo to the young demonstrator, "for there is a new life in this valley. I have been here for many years, but I have never seen ploughing with such spirit. It is not only these rains, there is hope here, such as I have never seen before." "You must not expect too much," said the young man anxiously. "I do not expect much this year. The corn will be a little higher, but the soil is poor indeed." "How long will it be before the trees are ready?" "Many years. Tell me, Mfundisi, do you think the people will bear the winter for 7 years? Have courage. Both the chief and I are working for you." "I am impatient for the dam," said the demonstrator. "When the dam is made, there will be water for the fields. There will be milk in this valley. It will not be necessary to take the white man's milk." Khumalo looked at him. "Where would we be without the white man's milk?" he asked. "Where would we be without all that this white man has done for us? Where would you be also? Would you be working for him here?" "It is true, I am paid by him. I am not ungrateful." "Then you should not speak so," said Khumalo coldly. "I understand you," said the young man. "This man is a good man, and I respect him. Mfundisi, I work here with all my heart because I work for my country and my people. I could not work so for any master. It was the white man who gave us so little land. It was the white man who took us away from the land to go to work. And if this valley were restored, as you are always asking in your prayers, do you think it would hold all the people of the tribe if they returned?" "I do not know indeed." "But I know, Mfundisi. We can restore this valley for those who are here, but when the children grow up, there will again be too many. Some will have to go still." And Khumalo was silent, having no answer. "We work for Africa," said the young man, "not for this man or that man, not for a white man or a black man, but for Africa." The young man went into the house, and Khumalo stood for a moment in the dark, where the stars were coming out over the valley that was to be restored. And that for him was enough. He was too old for new and uncomfortable thoughts. He turned and followed the young man into the house. 14th day, Khumalo said to his wife, "I am going up into the mountain." And she said, "I understand you." For twice before he had done it, once when the small boy Absalom was very sick, and once when he had thought of giving up his work as a priest to run a native store at Donnybrook for more money than the church could ever pay. "Would you come with me?" he said, "for I do not like to leave you alone." "I cannot come, for the girl is near her time, and who knows when it will be, but you must certainly go." She made him a bottle of tea and a few heavy cakes of corn. He took his coat and stick and walked up the path that went to the mountain. Now it was almost dark, and he was alone. But as he started to climb the path that ran through the great stones, a man on a horse was there, and a voice said to him, "It's you, Mfundisi." "It is I, Mr. Jarvis." "Well met, Mfundisi. For here in my pocket I have a letter for the people of your church, and the church, Mfundisi. Do you desire a new church? Khumalo could only smile. There were no words in him. The plans will soon come to you, and you must say if they are what you desire. I am anxious to do it quickly, for I shall be leaving this place. Khumalo stood shocked, and although it was dark, Jarvis understood him, for he said quickly, I shall be often here. You know I have work in Ndotcheni, but I am alone in my house, so I am going to Johannesburg to live with my daughter-in-law and her children. You know the small boy. Indeed, I know him. Is he like him? He is like him. There is a brightness inside him. Yes, that is true. The other was the same. They stayed there in silence till Jarvis said, Umfundisi, where are you going at this hour? Khumalo answered, I am going into the mountain. I understand you. I understand completely. Jarvis stretched his hand over the valley and he said, One thing is about to be finished, but here is something that is only begun. And while I live, it will continue. Umfundisi, go well. Sir, do not go before I have thanked you, said Khumalo, for the young man and the milk, and now for the church. I give it willingly, said Jarvis. Go well, Umfundisi. Throughout this night, stay well. And Khumalo cried after him, Go well! Go well! He climbed to the summit and found a place sheltered from the winds. He began to pray. He prayed for Gertrude and the people of Shantytown. He gave thanks to God for the kindness of Msimangu and Father Vincent and Mrs. Litebi and the white man Jarvis, for the welcome of the people when he returned to Ndotcheni, and for the work of restoration now begun. Why was it given to one man to have so much of his pain changed into gladness? He woke suddenly. It was cold. He thought of his son Absalom. Would he be awake? Would he be able to sleep this night before the morning? He cried out, My son! My son! My son! When he woke again, there was a faint change in the east. And now it was time to be awake, for it might be they had woken his son and called him to make ready. He found another place where he could look to the east, and if it was true what men said, when the sun came up over the edge, it would be done. And the east became lighter and lighter, till he knew that the time was not far off. And when he expected it, he rose to his feet and took off his hat and laid it down on the earth and put his hands together. And while he stood there, the sun rose in the east. Yes, it is the dawn that has come. The Titihoya wakes from sleep and goes about its work of forlorn crying. The sun touches the tops of the mountains. The great valley of the Umzimkulu is still in darkness, but the light will come there. Ndotcheni is still in darkness, but the light will come there also. For it is the dawn that has come, as it has come for 1,000 centuries, never failing. But when that dawn will come, of our release from the fear of slavery and the slavery of fear, why, that is a secret.